Welcome back, everybody. We are officially in college basketball season. The time has come. It's been a long time since March, but we are finally here. Game we're going to be talking about today is between number 16 Kansas and number 25 UNC. This is the rankings at the time of recording it. This game will be played Friday, so big game early in the season at Chapel Hill, and not much less you can expect out of these two blue bloods. So just overall an exciting way to enter this season. And let's just start off with the coaches. They're both pretty good coaches in their respective field, but there's no way any of them are in the hot seat, right?
For sure. I think Kansas fans have been a little upset with how they've ended the years prior, but I don't think there's any room for a hot seat. I think there's a little pressure for Bill Self to take this team a little deeper into the playoffs or into the March Madness tournament. But I think at the end of the day, you have to be Kansas. I'm pretty sure Kansas has been ranked like for the past 5 years, at least.
Yeah, they're not really struggling. They just seem kind of stuck ever since they won the championship in 22. They haven't gotten past the second round, but they've still been a pretty good team. Like, they're always ranked, they're respectable, but I don't know if the standard's higher at Kansas or what, but it just seems like a little bit of progress throughout the season would be good and refreshing for both the Jayhawks and Bill Self.
Well, and part of that, the second round exits could be the just Big 12 basketball. Like, I know they have Houston's, they have the Baylors of the world. Sometimes Oklahoma gets hot, but I think overall the Big 12 and Iowa State, they're pretty top heavy. But I think overall, I don't think they're one of the better conferences in basketball. They have teams everywhere, but I just don't think they're competitive enough.
Yeah, 100% agree. And then let's go to North Carolina. Hubert Davis. I was actually, while I was preparing for this, I kind of thought he would be on the hot seat, but then I go back and look at his records, and he started in 21, and he's made the tournament in 3 out of 4 years, Although his record against Duke's 3-5, not great, but also against a Duke team that's one of the best teams in the country year in and year out. That's pretty good. And then on top of it, he has the 7th best recruiting class this year. So I will say this, he's not on the hot seat, but a bad year or a year that doesn't get into the tournament, I think that would put him on the hot seat, especially with having the talent and just we're getting to the point where they should expect greatness out of him just because we're in his 5th season after taking over. And I get it. There might be some slow starts taking over for Roy Williams, which there wasn't, which I got to give him some applaud for that. But I was just shocked to see what truly his record was because we have a few UNC fans, and they just seem a little disappointed with how they've been lately.
Well, yeah, it would just be a little crazy and a little over-anticipated to think that Hubert Davis would come in and pick up the program right where Roy left off.
But he did for a little bit.
He did, but that was pretty much because of the recruiting class that Roy had.
That's fair.
And I know you're not going to get all the same recruits, but you're still at UNC. You still have the resources. You've been in the program before. You should know what you're doing enough to be a top 15 team and what UNC fans want you to be.
Yeah, 100% agree. Let's dive into the lineups. So these are what I think are the projected lineups. I could be completely wrong, or I could be spot on. So for UNC, we've got, I believe it's Kean Evans from Colorado State. He is a transfer junior. He put up 23 against Memphis.
That was
in the
a good
first round.
team last year.
Yeah, really good team. So good get by Hubert Davis. Then we have Seth Trimble, who's a senior, averaged 11.6. Luka Bogovac, I think that's how you say it, from Europe. He's a 4-star freshman. Not sure if he'll start, but I just kind of thought he would.
He got eligibility problems, right?
Does he?
I think.
Okay, so maybe he's not starting then.
No, they want him to start, but he didn't play in the BYU exhibition because he wasn't deemed eligible yet.
Okay. Well, see, I didn't see that, but I'm sure you're right. So then we got another freshman 5-star, Caleb Wilson. He's from Georgia, and he picked the Tar Heels pretty much over anybody in the country. I mean, as a 5-star, I believe he was also the number 1 overall recruit. You're going to pretty much go anywhere. If he wasn't the number 1 overall, he was top. top 10 for sure. And then we got their center, Henry Vesar, pretty sure, junior from Arizona, 9 points per game. So the people he's brought in are pretty good, and the people he's gotten from other teams are also really good. And I think he's got the perfect balance here of high-level freshmen with also highly skilled and high-rep transfers, and the ones he brought in from Colorado State and Arizona.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great team this year. Like you saw I know it's an exhibition game, but they put up a great fight against a BYU team was ranked 8th in the country without the freshmen like we were talking about. Mm-hmm. So that's good to see as a UNC fan. I would expect them to make a statement early on in this game.
Yeah. And
maybe come out firing. But I wouldn't be shocked if they finish the season top 15.
UNC?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you. Okay. So I got it wrong, by the way. The Darren Peterson from Kansas is the number 1 overall recruit. I got it mixed up. Anyway, so that leads us straight into Kansas's lineup. So Kansas actually has 9 brand new guys on their roster out of the 16, which is actually crazy, but that's kind of the world we live in. But even still, 6 of these new 9 guys are freshmen. So we're bringing in a lot of guys here in the 2025 class. And
that's kind of scary to see because we've seen that young teams don't do great deeper into the season.
Yes, I completely agree. And they are sort of a young team, but at the same time, they have experience as well. So they have experience in Jaden Dawson, who's a senior from Loyola. He balled out in the NIT, averaged 13.9 points per game at Loyola last season. Freshman Darren Peterson, like I said, 5-star best recruit in the country. Trey White from Illinois, senior, averaged 10.5. And then another freshman, Bryson Tiller, 4-star. And then sophomore Flory Bidunga, I believe, 5.9 points per game. So they're going to have to fill the gap of Hunter Dickinson since he did just leave, correct? I'm getting that right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's that big of a gap. I never was too fond of him.
It's not a huge gap, but you still have to fill the gap. You know what I'm saying? So there, like you said, there is a lot of freshmen and a lot of young talent, but I think just like UNC, they have the perfect mix where, at least in my projected roster, they've got 2 freshmen, 3 total underclassmen, and then 2 seniors that are transfers. So it'll be interesting to see how the culture is around this team with 9 brand new guys. There's a lot of different cultures mixing in this group.
For sure. And I think both teams are going to be looking for a guy to step up off the bench and kind of play into a role deeper into games.
Yeah, 100% agree. To have a good team, you need to have that in your roster, and you got to find that out early. So to wrap it up, who do you got for this matchup?
I think I'm going to go with UNC just because it's at Chapel Hill. I think they're a little underranked, especially if they get the freshman that I was talking about that was ineligible for the exhibition game. I liked what I saw in the exhibition game. I just think that first game anything can happen, and I think home court advantage really matters in the first game, just because like we said, there's a lot of new guys. And this Kansas, I mean, if UNC gets out to a hot start and the crowd gets going, this Kansas team might be not bewildered, but
yeah, no, I get it.
Up in a shock.
Yeah.
So I think UNC. I think it'll be a great game. I think it'll come down to the last few plays, but I think UNC is going to win.
I think no matter what, Kansas, and for this matter, UNC will find out a lot about what guys they got in the room. I am going to pick UNC just because Kansas is a young team. Who knows how this chemistry is going to be with 9 brand new guys coming from all over the world. So I'm picking UNC. I think it'll be a great game nonetheless, and I think UNC can take this game and run with it. Hopefully that momentum carries them through, not the rest of the season, but through December and January until they get into conference play. For Kansas, I think it's just learning, like I said, who they got and learning how resilient they're going to be because, like you said, it's going to be a tough atmosphere, especially if the UNC team gets off to a hot start.
For sure.
So that is all we have, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the start to this college basketball season, and make sure to comment future matchups you want us to highlight. See you guys next time. Peace.